This guy would take women out on dates and then trick them into giving him money. And not just a little. He managed to scam roughly $1 million from these women through dating. The man's name is Dylan, and when all of this begins, he's about 32 years old. At the time, he's living in Arizona. And honestly, he's kind of a piece of work. He spent a good portion of his life in prison for things like theft and gang-related crimes. But in 2013, Dylan finally gets released. He's officially free again. There's just one issue. He's completely broke. He needs cash, and getting a normal job is absolutely not on his list of options. So instead of working, Dylan decides to become a full-blown scam artist and target lonely women for their money. He gets started by going online and creating dating profiles. He signs up for Match, BB People Meet, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, you name it. He sets up multiple accounts across several platforms. He uses a fake last name so no one can connect him to his criminal background. On these profiles, he paints himself as a wealthy man, a successful stockbroker with money to burn. But he also makes a point to say he's not just looking for casual hookups. He claims he's searching for real, meaningful love. Before long, Dylan starts getting plenty of matches and chatting with lots of women who are clearly lonely and emotionally available. Then comes the vetting process. He starts digging into their lives, figuring out who has money, who has strong credit, and who seems trusting enough to manipulate. Once he decides someone is the right target, he asks them out. On these dates, Dylan immediately starts hyping himself up. He talks nonstop about his supposed career as a stockbroker, his investment firm, and how successful he is. He constantly pretends to be on business calls with investors and clients. He even sends photos of himself on planes, claiming he's traveling for work, or pictures of fancy dinners where he says he's meeting clients. And the women buy it. They're impressed. They believe every word. Eventually, he starts asking personal financial questions, credit scores, debt, student loans, whether they want to buy a house or a car. Somehow, none of this raises red flags. That's when he makes his move. He tells them that if they give him some money, he can invest it and multiply it quickly. He promises they'll be able to wipe out their debt and live comfortably afterward. And the women believe him. They start handing over cash, sometimes thousands of dollars at once. One woman cashes out her entire 401k and gives him $92,000, convinced she'll soon be earning $15,000 a month like Dylan promised. About 2 months later, he completely disappears. Another woman invests nearly $500,000, and Dylan takes it instantly. No hesitation. Of course, none of this money is being invested. Dylan isn't a stockbroker. He's not licensed. None of it is real. Instead, he's spending the money on himself. He buys a nice house in Phoenix. He picks up a BMW, a Porsche, and a brand new Jeep. He gambles in casinos, parties in nightclubs, and spends time at strip clubs. Every weekend, he's ordering bottle service, tipping huge amounts of money, and getting VIP treatment everywhere. People around him think he's some rich, successful businessman. In reality, everything is being paid for with these women's life savings. And it doesn't stop there. Some women don't have large amounts of cash, but they do have excellent credit. Dylan continues dating them and quietly takes out loans in their names, then never pays them back. Their credit gets destroyed without them even realizing what's happening. Some women have their belongings repossessed. Others are forced to declare bankruptcy. One woman loses her car. Another loses her entire house. As if that wasn't bad enough, Dylan is also running another scam on the side. At some point, he and a friend come up with a credit card fraud scheme. They obtain personal information from deceased individuals and use it to create duplicate credit cards in their names. They then use those cards to rack up thousands of dollars at luxury stores and hotels. Since the victims are dead, no one notices. Meanwhile, Dylan continues dating and scamming women. Since he never uses his real last name, he's able to vanish after draining them financially. By this point, he has stolen $1.8 million from 13 different women. It looks like he's never going to get caught until he does. By now, Dylan has seriously angered a lot of women. Several of them become determined to expose him. One woman creates an entire Facebook group dedicated to warning others about Dylan. She posts his photo everywhere and tells women never to give him money. Other women he dated eventually connect with each other. They compare stories and go to the police, hoping someone will finally take action. One victim, in particular, realizes she probably isn't the only one and reports him to the FBI. At first, it seems unlikely, but the FBI starts investigating. Before long, they uncover the truth. Dylan isn't licensed. He isn't investing anything. He's just stealing money and blowing it at strip clubs and casinos. Law enforcement starts building a case. At the same time, Dylan keeps scamming women. Then he meets a recently divorced woman online. She thinks he's attractive, so they start dating. He tells her the same lies: successful stockbroker, financial expert, big money. And just like the others, she gets scammed. This time, she's done. She files a police report. Not long after, boom, Dylan is arrested. After his arrest, the Arizona Attorney General's office releases a statement and asks other victims to come forward. More women step up, and Dylan is hit with charge after charge. Eventually, he takes a plea deal and is sentenced to 15 years in prison. And here's the wild part. While researching this case, it turns out Dylan currently has a dating profile on a website called loveaprisoner.com. Yes, that's a real site. It's a dating platform specifically for incarcerated people. So, ladies, if you're single and somehow interested in dating Dylan while he's behind bars, there you go. His profile is right there.